What are we starting with? Let's start with the Nintendo Direct. Okay, let's just get that
We
out
have
the way.
to.
Okay,
So
Nintendo had a Direct last night, where there are a lot of big announcements, I guess. But let's start with
a
the
lot of big
headline.
announcements of new other directs that are coming later on.
True.
Like this was listen. I'll straight up say this was a strange direct. There was a lot here that did not like even get a reaction out of me. But
Okay,
yeah,
we have to start with the headline over here that
dear
there's a
God,
Super Mario movie being made. Okay.
I'm frozen again.
Are you frozen? Oh my God. Why does this keep happening? What is the tech issues we're having today?
I just noticed.
Yeah, so there's a Super Mario movie happening. But I mean, I think we knew that, right? But they came out
Yes.
and announced the cast of
I'm frozen
the
again.
Mario. Oh, for goodness sake, why does this keep happening?
Yeah, so we knew an animated movie was coming from Illumination, the people do Despicable Me.
Yes.
So yes. And
But yeah,
good Miyamoto had the cast news there. And do you want to kick us off here?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find an article quickly that has him all lined up nicely because this is just oh, okay, never. I suppose the names are all here. So let's just run through this list. I was looking for the. Oh wait, yeah, I've got one. Allah, hang on, I've got a pretty thing here with the scrolling thing. So we kick off with Chris Pratt as Mario.
Jesus Christ!
Which in itself, I'm like, damn, this is some big Hollywood guns over here. It's not like they've got some B grade actor. They've got straight up Chris Pratt, but
why?
But why?
But why? Why him? I mean, I told this news to Shani, and the first reaction was, "He's not Italian." I'm like, yes. Like, I mean, Charles Martinet is not Italian either, but like, good Lord, now we have to just hope Chris Pratt can put on a bad accent or something.
It gets progressively more WTF because in my head, I just think, okay, they put all the budget into Chris Pratt. Like the rest of the cast is just supporting, like no disrespect to any other actor, but B grade, whatever. Except I was wrong because then we've got Anna Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, who I suppose the most recent example. If you've watched Queen's Gambit, it's that actress.
Yeah, she's from Queen's Gambit. She's going to be young Furiosa in the next Mad Max movie, or the Furiosa movie.
So I'm like, okay, cool.
She's a great actress, and she's young, and I can kind of get behind her, like voicing a Princess Peach. Yeah, I was like, okay, cool. They're back on rails now.
But I thought the headline stopped there, but they just kept coming.
Jesus.
So we've got Charlie Day's Luigi, my good boy Luigi's getting a role in this movie.
I mean, Charlie Day is like, he's a front man. Like he's fun. I don't understand him as Luigi. Like that's the confusing part. I just.
Oh, you're gonna keep getting confused because next up you've got Jack Black as Bowser.
Christ.
Okay, we got.
It was at this point that I was like, "This is a joke. This has to be a joke."
Even you and me, and the rest of all like, "Okay, surely this is the cast now. We done." But the names just keep coming. Oh wait,
wait, they don't have the other one.
Okay, it's fine. Yeah, I've got a list here.
Oh my God, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad. I howled laughing. I was just like, "Why? Why?" Like he's a great comedian and he's funny, but now he's Toad. So Please, if he doesn't have that screechy nonsense voice, like
he's gonna have to work on it. His agent dialed him up and said, "Listen, how good can you screech?"
Then you got Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, and that broke me. I was like, this movie's full of shit. So then at the end they were like, "Yeah, Charles Martinet is in here, and he's gonna be in some cameo roles." It's like just get him as fucking Mario. Just like. Everyone knows that voice. They know what it sounds like. Chris Pratt.
It makes me think though that like, can you imagine this movie does like a Into the Spider-Verse thing where they pull together a whole lot of different Marios and Luigis and Peaches and Charles Martinet is just the other Marios.
Fuck's sake. I
don't know. So
it was a real. Yeah, when they're like, "Oh, we don't have footage of the movie, but we've got the cast." I'm like, "Okay, cool. We're just gonna get, like you said, a pretty low not a low budget, but like a pretty normal cast. Like,
I did not expect
what
a
the
full
fuck?
big
That was
Hollywood muscle
wild.
cast. Yeah.
That was wild. I mean, I can't imagine the calls up to all of those actors' agents just being like, Keegan-Michael Key, you're going to be Toad.
Hey, Chris,
Also, we have no idea if Toad wears a hat or if the mushroom is his ears. Like,
you like Mario? Yeah. Do you want to play as Mario? What?
yeah.
The money's good. Okay.
Yeah, sick. I'll do it.
Cool, man.
I've already
Okay,
seen
but
some
that-
great memes. Like,
Timur put out. He said he went to the official Nintendo site and whoa, Nicolas Cage is playing Wario.
fuck, that's so good.
I laughed.
Oh,
Okay, but
God.
this is not all that was shown at the direct.
Yeah.
we had. I mean, I'm just going by GameSpot's order. Of,
we got signs of life from Bayonetta 3. It happened.
Yeah, so this is actually how they ended the show. But hilarious because if you watch the trailer, if you've played Astral Chain, you'll recognize.
They did such a fake out that I had a tweet ready going because I looked at it, I was like, this looks like Bayonetta. And then I saw this stupid fucking dog costume.
Lappy.
And I was like, are you fucking joking?
I was like, damn, you're getting an Astral Chain too. Like, I loved Astral Chain, but
I was so mad because I was like, if they announce Astral Chain 2 and they leave Bayonetta out in the dark, I was just gonna fucking lose it. But it was actually a pretty great fake out.
Yeah,
like,
then this witch time happened. I was like,
yeah.
ooh,
And then you're like, okay, this is Bayonetta. What I was pretty surprised by is that how it just transitioned into gameplay.
Yeah.
Because it looks pretty great, I think. So we've got Bayonetta here. She's got her plaits again, which is strange. Someone pointed out on Twitter that she's going for the look that she had when she was younger. So they're wondering if this is a younger Bayonetta. Because also the voice actress is different.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I wonder if this is a time traveling shenanigans sort of game. But boy, it looks good.
If you never played Bayonetta and you've watched the trailer and you go, I don't get what the hype's about, just trust us when we say Bayonetta is a must play because not only is the action good, but it's so over the top ridiculous. Like, I think when we reviewed it, or when we spoke about it however long ago, because I mean I played it years after the fact, the stuff that happens, you think it can't get crazier, and it just does. It's always
so
does,
ridiculous,
but in the best way.
The opening for Bayonetta 2 is you doing Christmas shopping with the mob boss who's scared of you, and then a fighter jet like appears, and Bayonetta fights angels and demons on top of a fighter jet while it's flying through. So it is fucking batshit crazy.
Speaking of, I need to go back and finish Bayonetta 2 because I played Bayonetta 1, jumped straight into 2, and I was like, I need a break from this.
It's so good. I mean, it's not just its aesthetic either. It is like a fucking fantastic character action game. Like, I think it's one of the best out there. So, yeah. I'm just glad it was announced in 2017 and we haven't seen anything since then. Like, I love
how the head of Nintendo just downplays it. He's like, we first announced it in 2017. Thank you for your patience. We're like,
I think someone tweeted out, they're like, it's been 1,300 days since we last heard of Bayonetta 3. And it's
oh God.
So now it's coming in 2022. I'm kind of like a bit bummed by that. I thought this was going to be a surprise December release.
Yeah. I think overall,
to see it alive is okay. Like,
I think the direct, like, overall, I think, look, some cool announcements, but overall the direct was somewhat disappointing because it kind of didn't fill the holiday period for the end of the year.
No,
it is like I was expecting also like a big, like, what's after Metroid?
Nothing,
like,
really.
Nothing. Like, are they going to shadow drop something? I don't know.
I assume they're going to just like run off the hype of like all the expansions they announced. Like they announced so many expansions for games, and some of them don't even make sense. Like, they're still supporting Hyrule Warriors,
Age of Calamity. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just okay. Yeah. And then, on top of it, they announced two different directs. So there's going to be a direct for the Final Smash character next month and a direct for Animal Crossing next month.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why they didn't just put that stuff in here. Like, people came to this direct hoping, especially for Animal Crossing, and all they got was the announcement of another direct. It's just like, Nintendo.
Cool, but let's not spend too long on this direct because we've got a lot of news, but to fly through, but we can quickly nitpick. So Monster Hunter Rise, Sunbreak, let me tell you, so I rolled credits on Breath of the Wild, and I thought, let me just do a hunt in Monster Hunter because it's been months. I've forgotten how to play that game.
I can imagine.
Shit.
I can't even
I
remember. Yeah.
got all my buttons mixed up. I died and obviously I've grinded up to like end game, so I died like instantly. I was like, oh god, I need to pick this game up. But I'm very excited for this. This is like a full-on expansion. It's not just like additional
they described
content.
it as a massive expansion.
It's a paid for. I guess it's in the same vein as Monster Hunter World Iceborne.
I think it was Iceborne, yeah.
Yeah, which is like it'll fundamentally change the game. It is like a whole thing. So I do wonder. I'm curious though, what happens because isn't this game meant to come out on other platforms
PC.
next year?
It is on PC already, I think, isn't it?
No, Monster Hunter Rise.
Or maybe it's coming to PC. I do know it's announced for PC. That's the
yeah,
one.
but I mean, do they do like a definitive edition? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
And this is out soon. It's summer 2022, so that's like June, July next year. So not soon.
Oh wait, I got my season mixed up. Yeah, but I'm keen for that. Yeah, there were some surprises at this.
Yeah, this was cool. A card game by Yoko Taro.
Yeah,
strange.
Cool.
I don't know if I'm down for another card game, but the music alone was like, hell yeah, I'm in for this. And that's out end of October, so yeah.
And there's a demo available. Disco Elysium, the game I've heard so much about. I've never played it, but I can't believe this is on Switch.
I would love to know how the font works on a screen.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of reading.
Even in the trailer, I was like, Chocobo GP.
What the fuck?
You want Final Fantasy
Racing,
Mario Kart
Chocobo.
Racing? We've got
Apparently, this is a series. I saw Umar on Twitter saying the last one came out on PS1. I had no idea this existed.
What? Nor did I. Okay, cool.
So it's a kart racer with lots of Final Fantasy characters.
Stuff, yeah.
I hope we get Cloud in there with his stupid bike.
Kirby and the Forgotten Land, aka The Last of Kirby, or Kirby,
the Kirby of
us.
Yeah.
This is I had no idea. Kirby's first 3D game. I just in my head assumed there was a look at this. This is The Last of Us.
Yeah, it straight up is. It's like a very cutesy apocalyptic world, just like overrun malls and cities and stuff, and then you just got Kirby. So I read yesterday that this game is apparently heavily inspired by Mario Odyssey, which looking at the gameplay again, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That definitely looks like it. It looks cute. I think Kirby looks really good. Like this introduction of Kirby just waking up in the sand looks really cute.
Oh, Kirby.
Looks like me in the morning. Oh god,
so upset.
I love this little pink ball. I mean, has there ever been a cuter character? Like, it's just so cute.
I mean, I'm very keen for this. If it's not to jump the gun, but if it's like the Breath of the Wild of the Kirby franchise, then
I mean, Kirby. The thing people forget is Kirby's always been for children. They are never ever complex games. So
it's time.
It's
time to give Kirby that complexity.
This looks, I mean, visually, this looks awesome. I think it looks really like a really good style and color to it. So I'm keen. Oh, look at him with the little Zelda hat. Ugh, so good.
There.
Kirby's so great. Still the best main in Super Smash Bros.
Absolutely. Dying Light 2, Stay Human is getting a cloud version. Cool. Means nothing to us in South Africa. Triangle Strategy still doesn't have a name unless it is just called
No,
Triangle
that is the name now.
Oh, is that
it used
the name?
to be called Project Triangle, and now it's just called Triangle Strategy.
Cool.
Just fucking ridiculous.
I think there's a new demo coming out, and the game has a release date of March 4th.
Cool.
This is quite interesting. Switch Online is getting an expansion pack, which...
This is some bullshit. I'll tell you that much.
Wow, why is it bullshit? You're paying more.
So... We're finally getting Nintendo 64 games on the Nintendo Online subscription, but Nintendo is asking you to pay more for that. Get fucked. I'm sorry.
I don't know how much it costs because Nintendo Online itself is like dirt cheap as it is.
It's $20 a year, but what is it useful? Like, you needed to play online games. You needed to do like what's any sort of cloud saves for games. And then you get this collection of NES and SNES games, which like, when was the last time you loaded up that app?
Sure, it's been a long time.
So, this is super on brand for Nintendo to be like, yeah, we want you to pay more to play our small selection of old N64 games. I think it's complete
Oh, wait
bullshit.
till
Also,
they throw in some GameCube and Wii games.
I just, also like, everyone was going fucking mental, like, oh yeah, I can play Ocarina of Time on Switch or Majora's Mask, because they announced, guys, both of those games have remasters on 3DS, which will be much better than these games on Switch, because especially for Majora's Mask, like, they made so many quality of life updates to that 3D to the 3DS version, and the same for Ocarina of Time. Like, I don't get why everyone's excited to play these games which have aged poorly, which have had good re-releases. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but in a strange twist in that announcement, you're not only getting Nintendo 64 games, you're getting Sega Genesis games as well.
Wild.
Which just, you and I have both read console wars with Sega versus Nintendo, and I just think it's just weird.
My mind immediately went there. Yeah.
Yeah, Sega's not not in the console market anymore, but it just, in that era,
bizarre.
I was like,
it's
they
so
were
bizarre.
Big competitors. So
it's just so weird to see that, because it was like literally, Sega does what Nintendo, and it's like, now the whole Sega Genesis thing is on. You can even buy a wireless Sega Genesis controller for a Nintendo console. It's so fucking weird.
Yeah, and a wireless Nintendo 64 controller. If you want that abomination in your hand.
I would love them to interview what's the guy's name? Tom Kalinske.
Yeah.
Just to be like, have you seen this shit? Like, because he's alive, man. He can react to that. I would love some games media outlet needs to like secure an interview with him just to ask about that. Like,
get his opinion, yeah.
But I guess on top of that, you have the Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis wireless controllers that you can buy as well. Those are $50 each. Wow.
Cool.
Yeah. Fuck.
Castlevania Advanced Collection, which I think was leaked ahead of the Direct.
Yeah.
So it's basically 4 classic Castlevania games in one package. Area of Sorrow, Harmony of Dissonance, Circle of the Moon, and what am I missing? Dracula X.
Which is Rondo of Blood, essentially.
So yeah, I can't say I've played any of those, but that's quite cool. That's a lot of Castlevania in one package.
And yeah, I mean, they're not Symphony of the Night Castlevania. They are the hard as balls arcade Castlevania. So yeah.
Cool. And then
Splatoon 3.
We got to look at Splatoon 3. I've never played Splatoon 1 and 2.
I'm fucking shocked at that, because I think you would love them.
I should actually keep an eye out for Splatoon 2 if I ever see it on special or something.
I think I have it as a physical, so I must just give it to you.
Interesting. But yeah,
Splatoon is fantastic.
It's a Nintendo IP, and you know, there are very few Nintendo games that I do not like. So
so good. I mean,
me
just from a multiplayer perspective, I love them. But then 2 introduced a single player campaign that was surprisingly good. And this seems to be following suit. The theme for this is like, mammals have returned to the world, which I love. This little hamster ball thing. I don't know what it is, but it's cool.
It's great.
So yeah, there's like a new city and new actual like characters and stuff like that. So I mean, Splatoon is a multiplayer game. What the fuck is going on? I never saw this stretchy squid person.
What's going on? Yeah, so seems like a slightly extended trailer compared to what we got.
It does, yeah. I don't recall seeing a lot of this. So maybe I was just still stunned from the Mario movie news, like, because it came like right after.
Like passed out on the floor, foaming at the mouth, like. Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. So yeah, this is out in 2022. I mean, we knew that already, but it looks great. Looks cool. I love Splatoon. So yeah.
So yeah, that is the Nintendo Direct. So look, some good things in there, but ultimately disappointing for what's coming out this year. Like after Metroid, I don't know. Like there's nothing.
Metroid looks fucking dope. Though.
Yeah, Metroid got a new trailer, but good Lord.
I feel like there's a new trailer every 2 days for that game. It's so I'm so overseeing that game. I just want to play it now. But it's out like 8th of October, so it's like soon.
It's soon.
Like 2 weeks from today. So that's I'm very stoked. I've never played a Metroid, so played a Metroidvania.
Nice. I think you'll appreciate
I'm prepared. I'm prepared.
Let's just quickly bounce to. We finally have a Switch OLED price locally. 7,999 is what the price is, which it's a lot
That's
of moolah,
expensive.
given
Yeah,
that you could get an Xbox Series S for that price if you want. And I say this.
Cheaper.
Is it a grand cheaper? Okay.
Yeah, the Series X is $7,000. Yeah,
and I don't say this as a knock to the Nintendo, but the Series S is a current gen console for all intents and purposes, whereas the Switch is 4 years old. So yeah, I guess I'm in the right tab.
What is the regular price for a normal Switch now? I'm actually just checking the online store quickly because I'm curious. I'm curious what like a premium you are paying for the small differences.
Surely it's 6,999.
It is, yeah, it's 6,999. So you're paying $1,000 more.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, the OG Switch price did drop locally as well. Was it not? Or was it always 6,999? I don't know.
I think it did drop, or it is going to drop soon with because I know they changed the price in Europe, and I'm not sure if that affects us.
Not sure.
But yeah, I mean, okay, so at 6,999 is still a fucking lot of money for a Switch, in my view.
Well, you could get a Switch Lite for 4,999, I think.
The Switch Lite is 4,800. Yeah, so
yeah, which still expensive, but that's way more affordable.
Yeah, but like you see, so here's the weird thing: is like if you still don't have a Switch, like my view is that for the extra 1,000, it would be worth it. I still think 7,000 for a Switch is too much. But obviously there's loads of factors that go into that.
Yeah.
But I think if you are going to be spending $7,000, I would go with spending just the $8,000 for the OLED, the better kickstand, which is huge, the better dock. So yeah, that makes sense. As an existing Switch owner,
no, I don't think you and I are the target audience.
I can't justify to myself $8,000 to spend.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I'd love to have one, but I can't.
I'd love to, and I'm pretty sure it's going to look great because I've got an OLED TV. Like OLED is fucking awesome, and it is a huge jump in quality, like in terms of color and like contrast. So it will definitely look good, and I bet you Metroid was selected as a launch title specifically to show that off.
For that, yeah.
But I don't know. Like I keep going back and forth. Like, could I sell my current Switch and get the OLED? And I'm pretty sure I'd still have to pay in a good, like $3,000-$4,000.
Yeah, I think you could probably get 3 to 4 for your current Switch, maybe.
And it's like, do I want to do that? Yeah, I don't know.
It is tempting. Don't get me wrong.
It is tempting. It is tempting, but I don't know. Maybe my mind will change when we get hands on with the OLED Switch, and I actually look at the differences between the two. But without that context, even knowing how good OLED is, I still can't justify it to myself. But I do think that if you're a new buyer,
100%. Yeah. Get the OLED Switch. It'd be not silly, but just bite the bullets and pay the extra grand. It'll be worth it, I think.
With it. I also really like that white colorway.
It's funny that I think they sent out a newsletter. I just never occurred to me you can buy this just with the OG red and blue controllers. In my head, I was like, it's only in this white.
No, it's gorgeous in the white. I think it's gorgeous, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Some other quick bits of news. Let's fly through them. This made me laugh so much. So
please walk me through this because I love that you shared this to me and you were just like, what the fuck?
Death Stranding Director's Cut is coming to PS5. And
it's out on
PS4?
PS5, yeah.
It is out on PS5. And it's funny because literally yesterday you and I got code for it, cool. I wonder how the save transfer works because most of the PS5 games that have come to modern gen have been bullshit. Final Fantasy VII Remake is the biggest culprit of I had to download my PS4 game, upload my cloud save, download it on my PS5 game. It was
Spider-Man was
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Okay. This though, it's actually the same thing, but it makes me laugh. And I kind of, as ridiculous as it is, I'm still hat off to Kojima because this is premium Kojima bullshit, but I love it. So if you want to pick up Death Stranding, you us, okay, you've played Death Stranding on PS4, you got a PS5 now, you want to jump back into, this wasteland America, deliver some packages.
Mhm.
If you want to transfer your save to PS5, you have to download the PS4 version of the game or just boot up the PS4 version of the game. From my understanding, there'll be a quest which sees you literally delivering your save file somewhere.
It's fucking ridiculous. And I respect
ridiculous.
the absurdity of it. It really, like, you are literally delivering your save file to your new PS5.
But
it's
quite interesting. It's actually, look, I acknowledge it's bullshit and I'm angry, but yet amazed at the same time. But I do acknowledge that it's kind of clever in that you'll be forced to do the PS4 version, even if it's for 5 minutes. And then you're going to jump straight into the PS5 version and you'll see the difference between the two.
It'll be like immediate, yeah.
Which I'm like, that's kind of clever.
That's good, smart. I mean, you'd say, oh, that's a clever marketing thing. But if you're doing that, you've already got the game. So the marketing worked already. Like, it's good.
I just laughed though. I couldn't believe it. I was like, of course, Kojima, have you hand deliver your save file?
I could not believe it.
What if I fall over and my save file falls into the water?
Corrupt, man. I mean, you've seen Kojima. He has no qualms wiping people's people's fucking saves. Like,
I can't.
Next thing Psycho Mantis comes, he's like, I'm making your controller rumble. Ugh.
Oh
my god.
Other news.
I am very keen to pop back into that though.
Me too.
So, yeah.
So this ongoing affair with Apple and Epic. We know, I think we touched on it last week, that for all intents and purposes, Epic lost all of their cases.
9 out of 10, yeah.
9 out of 10. But yeah, fast forward to this week, and Fortnite has been blacklisted by Apple.
Yeah, so essentially the short of it is that Epic is obviously going to appeal, even though the ruling that it won was like the big one, because it now it's forcing Apple to allow app developers to, give them an option to break out to third-party payment systems. They don't have to go through the App Store, which was the big one. Now Apple says that until court proceedings are done, Fortnite will not be allowed back onto the App Store. And the quote from Tim Sweeney there, if you can just scroll down a little bit,
sure.
Says Apple lied. Apple spent a year telling the world, the court, and the press they'd welcome Epic's return to the App Store if they agreed to play by the same rules as everyone. Epic agreed, and now Apple has reneged in another abuse of its monopoly power over 1 billion users. So,
hectic.
I do think this seems a bit like a bad move on Apple's part, because this just does give Epic ammunition to prove that they are a monopoly, which is one of the accounts that the court couldn't find in favor of Epic. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm really tired of this thing right now, and I'm really tired of Tim Sweeney also making the case that he's fighting for the little people when he's not really. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, this happened pretty recently, but Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah, I woke up to this news. What the fuck?
Yeah. So Crystal Dynamics, people who made the recent Tomb Raider trilogy reboot.
They made the originals too.
And the originals, they are working on the new Perfect Dark game. But it's I think it's not them exclusively. They're teaming up with another studio, the Initiative.
Yeah. So the Initiative is like Microsoft's newest in-house studio. And they announced, that they were doing Perfect Dark. I think they announced it last year already, but then it was like pretty early. Now it's being co-developed with Crystal Dynamics, which, like, this is not unusual. You look at any big release, look at a Naughty Dog game. It's not just them. They have lots of outsourcing studios. It's just weird to see a studio like the Initiative, which is Microsoft built as the first quad A studio, whatever the fuck, and they remoting out work to Crystal Dynamics, which itself is a pretty big studio, and on top of it, not a Microsoft studio, which is the most confusing part of this. I don't know.
Is that
that's cool. I I did read that the game director for Perfect Dark that is at the initiative is formerly of Crystal Dynamics, so it might
So there's
actually
maybe
make
a
sense
link
that
there.
it's
Yeah.
like instead of getting a new team and onboarding, let's get people we are familiar with working with and
Mm,
just get this going. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
and they're
So,
also familiar with third-person action games. So
yeah. I
cool.
have never played Perfect Dark, but I'm eager to see what this one looks like. And last piece of news in the ongoing Activision Blizzard, every week, I swear we've had something to say about this whole thing. Executive in charge of Overwatch 2 leaves Blizzard, which is just, the sub headline here. Another high profile member of Activision Blizzard has left the company. It just begs the question, what is going on there? I don't know.
I mean, if I had the choice and the financial stability to like not be involved anymore, I would probably do the same because I mean, uh, Bobby Kotick got subpoenaed again for other stuff. Is being sued for all sorts of other stuff now.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't blame people who have the ability to get out because that's not the case for everyone.
Yep.
But that would be cool.
Yep.
To get out now
Which
because it seems like a bad
just
time.
has me scratching my head about Overwatch 2 even more. I don't know.
Jesus,
I don't know what's going on with that game.
I have no idea what that game is. Honestly, I'm so curious to see it. When is it? Like next month that they're showing it at the
that Blizz? No,
not BlizzCon.
Sorry,
the like Overwatch,
whatever it is. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we'll see. But yeah, that is this week's gaming news. We've got some a Mario movie and everything else, I guess.